Moving on to our next story of the evening. Do we have any Wendy Williams fans in the house? Do we have any Wendy Williams fans in the house? Please give me a thumbs up if you are a Wendy Williams fan. Okay. Now, for those of you who may not know who Wendy Williams is, she is a celebrated radio host, television host. She was the queen of gossip, and unfortunately, recently her health has severely declined to the point that she is now permanently incapacitated with frontal lobe dementia. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, very sad. So I remember, if you guys remember, Wendy, she had fell out on her show at one point, and then she took a long break. They had a lot of guest hosts. She came back for a little bit, and then they ended the show, right? And then on social media, there was this whole thing. Her bank had essentially frozen her assets, and she was, on the internet saying that they stole her money. Shortly after that, Wendy was deemed incompetent. The bank felt that her actions were very erratic, so they froze her assets, and they requested that Wendy be assigned a legal guardian, an uninterested party to, basically look after her medical and legal and financial affairs, right? They did not choose her son, probably because he's so young. I think he's in his early 20s. They obviously didn't choose her ex-husband, who they felt was, manipulating her. And other than that, I don't know who else was in Wendy Williams' life. I don't know who her friends were. But basically, when was this aired? In not too long ago, there was a documentary that aired on Lifetime, on the Lifetime network. Did anybody watch the Wendy Williams Lifetime special, Where is Wendy Williams? If you did, please give me a thumbs up in the comments. If you watched the Wendy Williams documentary, give me a thumbs up in the comments. Now, a lot of people kind of questioned this documentary because of how Wendy was presented. When Wendy was at her height, say what you want about Wendy, there were some things that were trademark Wendy. First of all, Wendy always had her wig on. The wig was laid. All right. Thank you, Fit Lawyer. And she didn't really talk about her personal life. You never saw the vulnerable side of Wendy in the public, right? This Lifetime documentary, which aired earlier this year, about February of this year, really brought you in. They showed Wendy looking very un-Wendy-like. And a lot of people said this is not how Wendy would have wanted to go out, right? So much so that the person who was appointed as guardian for Wendy Williams, Sabrina Morrissey, she sued A&E, which owns the Lifetime network. She sued A&E because she said that they took advantage of Wendy in her incapacitated state, right? Now, Wendy started going downhill, her bank called the people on her, tried to get the people on her towards the end of 2022. But this was before she was declared legally incapacitated, right? This is before she had her guardian. So the bank was trying to get her a guardian. Early January 2023, Wendy, no, hold on. Yeah. So end of 2022, the bank is like, something's wrong with Wendy. January 2023, Wendy signs a deal with A&E as a talent agreement, right? A year later, A&E airs this special showing Wendy in a light that, frankly, people felt that she would not have wanted to be in. So the guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, she is suing for that they took advantage of her, that this is a violation, and and they're just taking advantage of her celebrity and her incapacitation. Now, remember, when you sign a contract, there are several stipulations as to what makes a contract valid. One, you can't be on drugs. Two, you have to be of sound mind. And you have to be of age and a bunch of other things. So let's just take this on drugs and sound mind thing. It was common knowledge that at the end, Wendy had a bad drinking problem, right? And then, of course, you had the bank who was like, something's not right here. They're saying that she's not right in the head. So was Wendy in her right mind? Was she capable of signing a legally binding talent agreement contract with A&E in January of 2023, when the bank had already initiated proceedings to get her a guardian in 2022? What do we think about that? What do we think about that? Okay. Now, as this story continues, A&E is actually countersuing Wendy Williams' guardian, saying that she basically, Hide the Gap Society, saying that she is suing over this documentary because she didn't want it aired, that basically she's mismanaging Wendy's affairs. Okay. So Sabrina Morrissey, the Guardian, goes to the court and says, hey, A&E took advantage of Wendy because she was not in her right mind when she signed this contract, and she tried to get the documentary held. She tried for them not to air it, but it got aired anyway, and now she's suing that basically they're exploiting Wendy. So they're countersuing against her and saying that she is defaming them and that she just doesn't want people to see how badly she's managing Wendy's affairs. Fit Lawyer 10 said, until she's adjudicated incapacitated, she can legally sign. Very true. Very true. Now, again, her bank initiated search for a guardian toward the end of 2022, right? Sabrina, hold on, let me check when Sabrina Morrissey. When was Sabrina Morrissey appointed guardian? Okay. So, hi, Canada, Cape Cod, DC. So Sabrina Morrissey, she was appointed guardian actually in 2022. After Wells Fargo alleged the former TV host was incapacitated. So she was appointed at the end of 2022. So how did they get Wendy to sign that contract at the beginning of 2023? I'm not exactly sure how the guardianship works. I don't know if Sabrina lives with Wendy or whatever, or if it's just kind of a transactional thing. But how was Wendy able to sign the contract at the beginning of January 2023, if she was assigned a guardian at the end of 2022, right? So that leaves some questions. Was Wendy in her right mind when she signed that contract? Did the production company take advantage of her? Because the Guardian's like, this is not how Wendy would have wanted to be remembered, right? But A&E is saying, look, Wendy was known for telling everybody's business, and this is what she would have wanted. How many of y'all believe that? If you believe that the way that Wendy Williams documentary was filmed and aired, if you think that Wendy Williams would have been happy with that with being shown in that light, if you think she would have been happy with that, give me a hand. If you think that Wendy would have seen that, where is Wendy Williams documentary, and like, I'll aid that was a great job, give me a hands up. If you don't think so, give me a thumbs down. Because I think a thumbs down. Wendy did not want us in her business. She didn't even want us to see her without a wig. So while it was an intriguing documentary, it was very sad, and a lot of people felt some kind of way that this is not how Wendy Williams should be going out as the queen of gossip and media, right? So now there's a lawsuit brewing. The Guardian is saying that A&E exploited her. Fit Lawyer is saying that Wendy would not have appreciated this, being shown in this light. Does anybody disagree with Fit Lawyer? Lawyer 10, I should say. Anybody disagree with that? I also don't think that Wendy would have wanted to be shown in this light. She barely talked about her divorce, and she didn't really talk about her divorce till that thing was over. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, because let's just say that A&E is found to be at fault, that they did take advantage of an incapacitated person, right? What do we think that the damages are going to be? Because the documentary already aired. You can't take it back, right? Maybe you can take it down off streaming, but people have already seen it. People have seen Wendy in that light. And while you may be able to get money for that, it's essentially changed the way that the public sees Wendy, right? Anybody agree with me? Let me know. Mm-hmm. Let me know. What do you guys think? Mm-hmm. Yes. Either way, I think this is a very sad way for Wendy to go out. Whether you were a fan or not, we all grew up with Wendy Williams. We know we knew who she was. She knew who she was, right? And whether you were a fan or not, she's a cultural staple. She's a cultural icon. Whatever your feelings about her may be, a lot of people aspire to Wendy Williams. She's the one that launched probably a lot of your favorite YouTube commenters, like I don't know, those people who they sit around and talk about people's business all day and getting sued because they ain't got no facts.